I got involved through the art director, and I basically did a lot of concept stuff for Hasbro prior to the show, and then I got asked to work on the show.
So, were you part of the kind of preliminary before any, pre-production, like the initial idea phase? Is that correct?
I was a part of the whole part of pre-production and concept design, whether it was layouts, pony house designs, all that kind of stuff.
So this is my biggest question, is how much, because I understand that you actually know a lot about horses and anatomy and stuff, how much was that useful on the show, or was it completely useless?
It's not really useful. Unless you worked on like Spirit for DreamWorks, it'd be useful, that kind of anatomy. But you'd have to have a sense of what the animal would, looks like that you're going to be designing, right? So they probably obviously had pony reference, but most people know what a pony looks like just in their mind as an artist, to know that it's going to look somewhat like this, right? Because nothing to do with the other than the rumps are kind of high and full. That's very pony feature, right? Horses have muscular rumps as well, but their proportions are different.
Okay, this is fascinating. So one of the characters that you designed was the red dragon in season 1, right? So how does it work when you're studying anatomy with fictional creatures like a dragon? Like, how do you develop that?
I actually have at the vendors, my table where I'm being a vendor, I actually have pre-concepts of the red dragon, because I thought I was going to go for something cartoony, and then I submitted my drawings, and then I think Lauren Foss saw those, and so she said, combine them. And so she submitted a dragon of her own, which is just gorgeous. And I kind of just did my best to fuse them together. And the dragon I came up with was a dragon. But my dragon had more like personality, like Disney cartoon personality, where hers, like, it wasn't like that. It was very graphic and angular, and her dragon was very cool and like mystical looking, where mine was like the reluctant dragon, or that kind of like sad about himself and like crying and always wearing gold jewels on his, like he had that kind of a personality, where her dragon was more like sleek and like I don't know, has the presence about it.
So how much, like, when you're like just sketching out, your own creatures or your own sketches or whatever, how much backstory do you invent in your own mind about these characters?
Not much, actually. Yeah, not much. The comic that I would like to start, I have to think of a backstory for those characters. I've never been good at writing, and people who write, I really give props to them, because that's a whole other beautiful talent that people have. And but normally I'm good at just asking for what people want. So I usually just, like, people say, I just need something to draw, so tell me what to draw. And then anyone can tell me, and then I'm just happy just doing as they command.
How much are you willing to say about this comic project that you want to work on?
It's nothing that's hush-hush. A lot of people have already seen these characters if they go to cons and they see my portfolio. Plenty of the people here have seen them already. I don't have enough backstory to give anything away that someone can take it, because they've already been posted, and it's one of those things where people are like, well, they can take your work, and it's just like, I just draw more. Like, I'm not worried about someone taking my image, because I could just come up with new images, and that's my job. So unless it's published, that's obvious that you want it patented, right?
Can people find you on DeviantArt or any of these other social media networks?
Actually, I'm going to be starting a new DeviantArt. So I had closed my other DeviantArt account down. Sorry, everyone, but I'm actually going to start fresh. And I am currently moving to BC, so I have a lot of work ahead of me, and I want to start something new, something brand new on DeviantArt, because a lot of this DeviantArt had my just really old stuff from years ago, and I know I can do better, and I really just kind of want to refresh and just reboot everything.
So for now, do you have like a Twitter account or YouTube channel that people can find you at?
Usually people who have taken my business card, but should I just say my email? Like,
I don't know. Do you want people to have it?
No, it's a business email, so
Go for it.
It's mdgauss@gmail.com is if you need to get a hold of commissions or whatever. But other than that, that would be the way to contact me. I don't have Twitter, no. No.
Don't believe in it. Whatever.
Do I not believe it? Oh, I just don't have Twitter. I have 2 kids, and I'm a busy hockey mom and homeschool mom. So usually I like to be more updated on that kind of stuff. So maybe I would have a Tumblr. I'd get a Tumblr in the future. That would be a small start, opposed to just going, because DeviantArt, I find it more work and more involved. But a Tumblr is, I love the way Tumblr works, how you just load up pictures and it's really fast. And you don't have to pick all these, you know, you want it watermarked, you want it all this kind of thing, right? It seems a bit. So I might just start off with a tumbler.
So the ultimate question: how does BronyCan compare to other Brony conventions that you've been to?
It's been the vibe has been really, really good. Like it's just been a lot of good energy, and people are really happy. Like I could just tell that everyone's just really happy here and just really happy. A lot of this is a lot of people's here's first pony con in general, so they're just kind of like just in awe kind of thing, right? And I'm glad that the guests that they have so far like came, and if they plan to do this every year, then they just plan to get more guests and stuff, and you know what is it? Basically just people like really appreciate the show, and I really like seeing that. And going to a con is like a whole. Most people don't realize those kind of things exist, and when they get to them, they realize how fun they are. Sometimes this is probably some people's first con already. I've probably been about 10 so far in my life, right? So it doesn't get old for me. Like, there's always something new, brand new at any con, whether it's like Vancouver Expo or Calgary Expo. I usually go to, or a Pony Con or whatever. It's just like it's always positive, and it's just people. I remember going to my first con, and I said, "Wow, I've never been in an environment where people all just thought the same." And it's like, you know, because you have people who are sports fans and they all pile in arenas, you know, for Calgary Flames and all that, right? But it was like, you know, on a totally different level. And it was like going to a con, it was like, where has this been all my life? And whether it's pony or actor based or whatever, they're awesome to go to, and they're a lot of fun. There's always something new to see, new to buy, and new people to meet.
And how much ownership do you give yourself about the happiness people feel in regards to My Little Pony specifically?
I enjoy immensely drawing for people, and if I'm a slave to draw for people, I have no problem with that. I just love drawing for people, and it's a talent that God gave me, and I will do it to the best of my ability.